there are strengths that people have that are more innate, and there are strengths that we worked on them to become strengths. The speed and focus, it's not something I worked on it. It was just there for me. So I think it's part of my personality, part of my genes. I did not do anything to have speed or focus. So it's not my merit that I have speed or focus. It's not, I didn't work for it. There are things that I work for it that I'm more proud of because I made a lot of effort, and it's hard. It's always have to maintain those strengths that I worked on. So yeah, I cannot get unfocused because my brain is just like that, wired. But I know, if I can talk a little more general for people who lose focus, and again, this is debatable. What does it mean to lose focus? And coming back to the goals, having a goal, having a destination doesn't mean that it's going to be forever and it's going to be exactly like that. Having a goal is just something that you can wake up every morning and go to that direction. But as you go to the direction, you might learn something that will take you to a slightly different directions, and now the goal kind of moves. So these goals are not supposed necessarily to be static and forever. It's okay to move. So there is a range of flexibility that we can have with these goals. Now again, how much is flexibility and how much is scatterness and mind scatterness? And there are people who are more prone, again, from the personality and from internal wiring. There are people who are more like curious about so many things, and everything is interesting, and they do this and they do that and they do that, and they never finish anything because everything is interesting and more interesting things come. So they need to create a little more processes and systems to help them stay focused. And usually, again, they will benefit a lot from working with a coach that helped them for a while to how to do this process. And but again, we are biology, and we also are some our own creation. So sometimes biology works in our advantage, and sometimes makes our life more difficult. So we need to make sure to compensate.
So just quick one on this one. So for that biology, who between the father and the mother that you have more in terms of the focus ability?
Say again.
Between your father and your mother, who might be transferring that biology, that DNA focus to you?
Look at you. Oh God, good question. I have to think about it. Probably a little of both, but I would say maybe a little more my father, and that's just because, now it's a little overlapping in my brain, because he had a business and now I have a business, so I feel more similarities there with how we think about things. But yeah, my mother is also very focused, like I'll say yes, maybe that's one way to say, like both are focused, but I think my mother has a narrower interest range, but she's very focused on that, and my father is a little more broad and curious about different things, but once he can go deep whenever is interested to him. Oh my God, good question.
I have the last question for this conversation. It's a beautiful conversation, and you mentioned the word think a couple of times in this conversation. My wife and I, we've been on the quest to help people to improve their ability to think, because we believe that where the transformation will happen, right? And every conversation like this is for us to know how you been growing your ability to think, so to share to others. So Irina, how have you been growing your ability to think over the years?
I think for me, reading plays a crucial role. And again, it just happened that I had some books in my house since I was a child, and then I started buying my own books, and reading books and seeing so two types of books, so fiction and non-fiction. So how fiction books can help for me was be more creative, thinking about things that don't exist in the real world. I'm a big fan of science fiction books, so that's very interesting, like things that like it's not even around our radar. They're not going to happen in our lifetime, but so crazy stuff that you can imagine that it's possible in that book. Probably it's not going to be possible, but again, it makes your brain see things in a different way. Right now I'm reading a book, a science fiction book, that has such an interesting distinction about thinking and communication. There is a species in this book that for them thinking and communication is the same thing. But for us, for humans, it's not like that. We can think, but we can communicate differently, or we can lie, we can mislead, we don't say exactly what we think. So even that is such an interesting concept. I never thought about that thinking and communication is different for humans. So anyway, very interesting thing in fiction. And then in non-fiction, again, more like different theories, different approach, different research, science, information, and how people think about different things, the same thing how different people think about. So it just expands your thinking and makes you, again, see more possibilities. And I think books give us a chance to live multiple lives in a way. Like we are going to just live our life, but reading books, you have a chance to a little touch how other people live, how other people think. And that's, again, very interesting to me.
So if you can define what is a sustainability mind supposed to be for a leader, for a manager, what would that be?
What comes to mind, my first reaction is, again, this idea of you need to be first okay with yourself before you can make anybody else okay around you. So you need to be that person who wakes up in the morning without a stomach pain, and with you having the tools and the resources and understanding and perspective and knowledge and ability to go through the day doing the best you can. And the best you can needs to be a little more than just average. For many people, the best they can, it's actually below average. And that's a problem, and they need to keep growing their skill set and all of that. But if you're the leader, you can do this first of all for yourself. You cannot help anybody else if you cannot help yourself first to be in an okay place. So you need to be sustainable first of all. And once you are sustainable and you have self-awareness and maturity, and again, maturity doesn't mean age. You can be mature at 20 and immature at 50. But if you do the work and if you are careful to curate and you to become a better person every day. So again, I like how this word sustainable. If you are sustainable, then you can have a hope that you are going to help some other people to help them in their sustainability, for them to wake up in the morning. Because as a leader, you have so much power. So much power comes from that managing people, and you can have not absolute, but some power to help that person wake up in the morning, help your team wake up in the morning without the stomach pain and more able and capable and having ownership and all of that. If you cannot do that for them, if you cannot do it first for yourself, and if you are not aware, many people are not even aware that their best, it's not good enough. So yeah, a lot of introspection, self-awareness and effort, like this is how you became sustainable. Like it takes effort, nothing comes easy, unfortunately, in this life.
Beautiful. The last question, and I'm gonna travel time with you again. We travel into that alley where you and your friend decide between sociology and psychology, and you say, oh, I don't want to have, like many people, just one. All right. And now we are there. You may talk to you and your friend there about the journey that Irina has been in the field of psychology, of working. And there's one piece of advice or two pieces of advice you want to give to you and your friend back then about the future. What would that you tell them?
Oh my God, it's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. No advice, like I wouldn't change anything. And I know we didn't talk about this topic, but yeah, I wouldn't change anything about my life. I think it was the way it was supposed to be. Yeah, it was a good decision. It was a lucky decision. It's a fun ride. It's a very interesting life that decision brought me.
I say that this is the last question, but we still have like a couple minutes on this. So allow me to ask one more. Is that okay?
Let's do it.
Alrighty. Assuming that you did not know about psychology, assuming that you're going to pursue a career in the national volleyball team, All right. What would that Irina be?
Oh my God. Very hard to answer. I never think about like that. I never think what if. I never think about that. So interesting. My brain doesn't never go there. Decisions are made. Next. I never revisit decisions. Life is simple like that. There are many more decisions to make. It doesn't worth it to be sad about the previous decisions. But yeah, I think I don't know. Like my brain goes to negative places. I feel like I would have a lot of back problem, knee problems, a lot of body problems, because I know that professional athletes, they over time they accumulate a lot of this health issues. So again, very happy I did not go that way for these reasons also. And also, like I learned later in life that actually I'm not a competitive person. You think playing volleyball for 8 years in a sport team and all of that, and having games and all of that every week, or it should be a competitive person, but I'm not a competitive person. And I think that would have come across later if I would have followed that profession, because I didn't care about winning. For me, it was interesting. Again, it was just interesting. It was interesting to go to train 3 times per week for 8 years. It was interesting to me. It did stop becoming interesting when it became a profession, a job. I'm like, I don't want to do that as a job. It's an interesting thing. I want to do it. But so yeah, like, lack of, I don't want to prove, I don't want to win, I don't care about any of that. So probably I would have not been very successful in that profession.